Beautiful friend, I'm going to give you a golden tip so you can recognize when you're dealing with a toxic, abusive, or even narcissistic person in your life. What did I ever do to you? And this person could be a friend, a family member, or even your romantic partner. Pay attention. Anyone who tries to put you in a situation where you always owe them emotionally, take that as a warning sign to stop and think if maybe this person is a manipulator who is trying to use your possible guilt as a way to take advantage of you. Let me give you an example. I had a friend and we were always there to help each other out with our problems. So when she was feeling down, she would turn to me, and when I was feeling down, I would turn to her. It was always a two-way street. But when someone is narcissistic, or when someone is abusive or manipulative, they try to make it seem like that helping hand, which was actually an equal exchange, is the reason you owe them a lot. Debit and cray, just put it on credit for crying out loud. A person who is narcissistic or manipulative will also condition the people around them to think the same way. That they do so much, that they go above and beyond, that they are extremely loyal, that they gave their life for you. But this person will never admit to others or even consider that they too were greatly and very much benefited by the friendship. Understand this. Friends do things for each other, and you owe absolutely nothing to anyone, and no one owes you absolutely anything, especially if you both did it of your own free will. Unless, of course, there were ulterior motives behind extending a helping hand, just so they could later demand something from you or make insinuations about you. The same thing applies to men, to relationships, where he tries to make it seem like he's too much for you, whether it's because he understands you or because he's too handsome to be with you. How amazing, but beautiful, or because he's younger than you. Understand that if someone puts you in a situation where you have to be subservient to them, you are indeed in an abusive relationship. You are, in fact, dealing with a toxic person. And the same goes for family members. If you suddenly find that you have a father or a mother who constantly starts comparing you to your other siblings or even to other relatives, please realize that this person is also actively trying to manipulate you so that you will do exactly what they want you to do in that situation. So it's very common, for example, for family members to compare you to a cousin, a friend, or maybe an aunt and say that you should behave the same way and be like that particular person. Or sometimes they deliberately choose a golden child, someone you could never measure up to, and they set them up as the absolute ideal and the perfect one as a calculated way to undermine your confidence and disempower you. And obviously, when you're disempowered, you're much easier to control. All you need to do is be aware and start seeing these people for who they really are. And you also need to evaluate the people who get close to you and try to manipulate you regarding others. Start reflecting. A person who is truly loyal to someone else won't be making exceptions with buts after claiming to be so loyal, won't be talking about you behind your back, and won't be casting doubt on your character with little phrases like a slow drip of poison. Oh, old hen with a plucked tail. Beautiful. This friend of mine who is supposedly so loyal, she's the kind of person who, 3 years ago, started speaking badly about me, my brother, and another extremely competent person in my company, with the goal of gradually turning the minds of others involved in the business against us. Oh, but her brother, he's so rude, he's disrespectful to women. No, he's not. He never was. But people who tend to believe others, especially when it's someone who claimed to be my friend, are likely to think that's the truth, but it's not. In fact, these people need to start looking at themselves and begin to evaluate, when exactly did I start to dislike Saadi? People started to dislike Saadi when this person began talking about him, because before that, everyone loved Saadi. This person also started talking about my social media manager, who is excellent, truly a super efficient and competent person. No, she's a person full of problems. She's unbearable. It's not true. She is a competent person who has always insisted that people do what is right. So people started turning against my social media manager because they were believing the manipulator's little lies. And here's the thing, you need to recognize this pattern of people who try to poison others using a technique called gaslighting. I don't really know how to speak English, but I think that's what it's called. Please, editor, put it up on the screen for us. It's like a slow drip, constantly undermining someone's reputation with the goal of ruining their image in the long run, okay? Whose technique is this? It's the technique of manipulators, narcissists, and even some psychopaths, right, my friend? On a more hardcore level, they simply start putting a devious plan into action to, over the long term, tarnish and lay the groundwork for everything they want others to think. But since this light is greater, right? One day the masks fall, the truth comes to light, and if you open your eyes and you have a manipulative, ill-intentioned, toxic, or abusive person in your life, you'll be able to identify them very well, especially if what the person says doesn't match what they actually do. And it's one thing to talk about what you do, who you are, or what happened. And it's another thing to actually be, do, and think the way you say you do. Beautiful. It's really great that you're not someone who can be manipulated. I'm not someone who can be manipulated. This person tried to manipulate me for a long time and they couldn't control me. And from the moment you don't allow yourself to be controlled, these abusive, narcissistic people turn against you. So from the moment you are able to recognize who they are, you cut ties and free yourself from a big problem. And I want to help you identify this type of person who tries to manipulate you or tries to turn others against you. Do you know what you need to do? Become my student, because I teach you how to stand your ground in life and put these kinds of people in their proper place. Do you know what you need to do? You need to click the link below and sign up for my wonderful course, Magnetic Woman, 30 Days to Transform Your Life. You will learn how to say no, you will stop being a people pleaser, and you will make people respect you. And even more, not just the people around you, but also that man you have feelings for and want to have a relationship with. And you, if you want, can even talk to me directly. So do this. Click the link, the button right now, and come be a student in the Magnetic Woman course, 30 Days to Transform Your Life.